Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Alliance War video again. So this time it is War 5 of the season and we're coming up against this Warriors of Light. Now, I'm going to say this at the start of the video, this seems like a little bit of a mismatch. Just because I think they're currently in Platinum 2 at the time of this war happening. And we were, I believe, like top 10 of Masters or something like that. So it does seem a little bit harsh in a mismatch. But you can only play what's in front of you. Kabam matchmaking sometimes really help you, and sometimes it really screws you over. So anyway, now I've got that kind of thing out of the way, we're going to go into Path 9 here on Section 1. The plan was sent out quite early, well for me especially. So I was just given Path 9 to do Falcon with Ebony Moore, and then Falcon on Thing. So both fights, realistically in my head, go quite steady. Lock on, do damage, don't hit them while not locked on, and that's about it. That's pretty much the way the fight goes. In my head, this is the way it figures out. In the fight, it's going to go slightly different. I did send this around to all my alliance and other people, and people were quite shocked at how it goes. But anyway, you can see here, Falcon's he's actually doing some decent damage. Yeah, I know, I'm relatively well boosted, but still, this Ebony Moore, nice sort of reaction there to the special one to knock down the heavy. The Falcon locked on expires here, so I'm just going to try and re-parry as much as I can, waste as much time as I can before I can lock on again. And here, because of the node, he hits the falter on me now, so he gets the massive fury. This is like 400% fury or something. And here you're going to see just the culmination of me being an absolute idiot and ability accuracy reduction kind of playing away from my favor. So yeah, because of Falcon Special 2, while locked on being a guaranteed crit, it crits more and does damage, which is weird. Puts the degen on me and obviously still does damage while I'm technically missing. So it's a weird interaction, cost me a lot of health from degeneration from Ebony Moore, and if I hadn't boosted as well as I had, I probably would have died. But luckily for me, I had boosted well. Unluckily for me, that interaction there with me throwing that special 2 and not even realizing about the crit ended up costing me like 80k loyalty, something like that overall. So yeah, that was expensive. But going into this fight here with Thing, the nodes mean that if I get to a bar of power, he goes indestructible. However, because I hit a bar of power here while he's locked on, he doesn't get indestructible, as the defensive ability accuracy reduction actually does its job fully and completely. So now I can just do damage. Now, I could have potentially thrown that special 2, tried to end the fight really early, but if I'd have missed it and it puts a debuff on me, it just doesn't seem worth it for me. This is Falcon's last fight, so I may as well just now do it, load up, throw the special 2, and be over with it now. Yeah, it added probably an extra 10 or so seconds onto the fight, but it was still safe to do. So in an alliance war, especially for the main part, if you can be safe, you normally tend to do that. So here, you can see here we've got just under 19 hours left of war, and Section 2 is kind of like open for me. The plan here, potentially here I could have 4 fights, but if I manage to mess one of the 3 fights up before, I won't be able to take the joint fight at the end of this path, just because it won't be worth the risk. So we have a Mega Sentinel here on Havoc, and she's pretty much, in my opinion, the safest and best counter to this fight. You can see I boosted with a 30%, I just didn't fancy keep using 20%, I have a lot of 30% still, and you can buy them all the time from the offer. So that kind of makes sense to keep alternating them. I don't have the sigil, so I don't have like a crazy amount of 20% that sometimes you could potentially get. But with a Mega Sentinel here being the perfect counter, so she can't be nullified, she has the armors to constantly stop Havoc. I can just put these plasmas on now, make sure I dex the specials, and then just keep extending all the timers on them, just so he just basically dies without being able to react to it in any way, shape or form. It just means I have to take some block damage, but I'm pretty good and pretty happy with that. I can't say I'm going to mind doing that at all. Here, I just play around the power stings. That's the main thing to worry about. The power stings could potentially get you, but there you go. I extend them buffs there. Throw this next special too, and yeah, this fight is pretty much all done and dusted. This is a rank 3 Mega Sentinel that's not duped, so a lot of people will be using her rank 4 Sig 200, and she would end that fight so much quicker. Some people possibly would even put suicides on as well, and again, you'd then end the fight so much quicker. If I didn't have Path 4 going into Section 2, I possibly could have put on the suicides, or the recoil tree, or the ouchies as some people like to call them. But it doesn't really make sense in my opinion, especially not with the way this war was, to change the masteries just for that one fight and then change them back again for this one and the next one and potentially the one after that. So now we have this Mr. Fantastic on this node. So the only time he's going to put a debuff on me is when he throws a special attack, which he's going to do anyway. He's going to obviously put enough debuffs on me from his natural special one anyway. So now I'm just waiting for him to throw the special one. You see there I've got the debuffs on me, so now he's unblockable. I'm going to dash back, throw the special 2, wait for that to clear all the debuffs. You can see there just the damage that it does. And Nick is he's just a bleed monster. Absolute stud. Here, I'm just going to wait out all the debuffs to expire. There's no danger to me. I'm pretty safe, pretty fine to do so. I'm just going to wait it out. He does evade there, which is funny, but it didn't catch me at all. Put on that last bleed, stun him again, and fight's over. So another one, less than a minute, and these are the fights that I love. I think if you can get caught for a fight in a few minutes, like the Thing fight you would have seen in my previous video, when it goes that long, fights can get quite rough, quite scary, and they can start to change quite rapidly, whereas a fight that's like a minute, especially if it's a relatively safe matchup, you should be pretty confident with. So checking before we went into this fight, Null isn't a high enough Sig on this defender to make him start unblockable. So I knew that I had to change the tactic around slightly, but I just butchered it. Got a little bit excited, decided to kind of go off tangent and trying to do it my way, and yeah, I just messed up. It just did not go my way. So here, special 2, and then all of a sudden I just stand there apparently. Then I get hit by that, and because of the special 1 and him throwing the special 2 and the corruption timings, it just completely screwed me over. So now I'm trying to deal with the inverted controls. They disappear here, which is quite nice, but then he instantly throws a special 1 as soon as I throw the light attack, and then goes unblockable again. There, apparently I'm caught swinging. So yeah, not good. I throw the special 1 here, gets me the constant unblockable, so it'll trigger off all the debuffs. But now I'm just thinking to myself, right, okay, just clear this fight, get it done, out the way, end it. I scrubbed up. Now, annoyingly, I was meant to take this Quicksilver. Luckily, when we did the plan, we did plan a backup in case I did lose my first life with Nick. And that happened because I'm a scrub. So anyway, that's the Battle Group 1 stats. This is the overall war stats. We did end up winning in the end. Good war to the Warriors of Light here, and I really hope that they get a good season and a good reward at the end of it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.